Hi friends, welcome back to Finvest Talks, investment for a better tomorrow. Let's talk about fourth element of personal finance virtuous cycle, that is investment, which is one of the most important topic of personal finance. In part 1 and part 2, we covered the basics of personal finance which will lay a good foundation for you to understand. In this part, we will clearly understand why investment is one of the most important part of personal finance. How a beginner can accumulate 1 crore rupee effortlessly through the magic of compounding. To find the answer, stay tuned till the end. What are the various options available for investments? How Rule of 72 will help you in your investment decisions? How one can create wealth with systematic investment and power of compounding. In the first part, we covered in detail about personal finance, financial literacy and money management, whereas second part was mainly about virtuous cycle of personal finance, which starts with income, various type of income such as active income and passive income. Then we touched upon GDP of our country and per capita of India. And also we discussed how to budget properly using T. Harv Eker's 6-jar money management system. Please don't forget to subscribe to get the notifications of upcoming videos on stock market and personal finance. Welcome back to Finvest Talks, where we make everyone understand the basics of money management. Before going into part 3 of personal finance, please ensure not to miss part 1 and part 2, which is mentioned in the I button. Let's begin. Before getting into investment, let's see the difference between savings and investment. Savings is the act of putting money inside a jar, making your money safe and secure, whereas investment is making your money grow. What is investing? Simply put, it is the act of using money to make money. The interesting part about investing is you can start investment with any small amount. Only thing is the sooner you start, the better. Investing will help you to create wealth, which will help you to beat inflation and to fulfill your financial goals. This will help to stabilize your financial future instead of letting your money idle in your bank account. This is what the famous American motivational speaker Marshall Silver talked about money. Either make your money work for you or you will always have to work for your money. Before investing, make sure you are on the right instrument because the investment consultant will take you to the product which are beneficial to them and they will not take care of our money. So it is our moral duty to study and discuss with the trusted source before committing with some investment products. There are a lot of really good investment avenues which we will be discussing in our upcoming videos. Let's discuss some of the various investment options available. First one is the safest of all, bank savings account and FDs, which will give you almost nil return. Considering inflation of 4% in savings account, we are actually losing out our money due to inflation. Whereas in FD after taxation, your return will be almost nil. The second safest option is bond government security, wherein in last 10 years, it fetched around 6.3% average yield. The third option is equity or stock market, which is having high return and also attracts high risk. The next investment option is gold, which is considered as safest haven of investment, which has given a return of 8.06% CAGR in past 10 years. And the last option is real estate. The Reserve Bank of India House Price Index tracking home price in 10 major cities puts the average return from real estate in last 10 years around 11.6%. Now let's see the risk involved with various investment options. This can be beautifully explained using investment risk pyramid. When we talk about investment, there is a risk involved which is directly linked to the ROI, that is return of investment, which I will explain in detail using the risk pyramid. The left side of the pyramid is the return. As we go higher from the base, the return increases. Similarly, the right side of the pyramid shows the risk, which also increases as we go higher. The investment risk pyramid is classified into 3 layers. The first layer is the bottom layer, which is the base of pyramid and is safest of all. The investments like savings account, FD, LIC, government securities, etc. falls under this category, which are having low risk but the return is also very low, such as 3 to 8%. As we go into a safer options, the return will be minimum. If you go to layer 2, which is the medium risk layer, where returns are fairly better but the risk is also comparatively high. Investments such as gold, mutual funds, stocks, real estate, bonds comes in this middle layer where the return can be vary from 6 to 15%. The top layer of the pyramid is the high risk zone where the return can be very high. Similarly, risk also will be very high as it can wipe out your entire capital in no time. Investments like derivatives such as F&O, futures and options comes under this category. My recommendations for beginners is not to venture any investment on this category as it can wipe out your entire capital in no time due to leverage. If you see the risk ladder of various investment options in stock market, the safest of all is mutual fund, wherein the qualified fund manager will be managing your fund, which will fetch you decent returns, which will be in the range of 8 to 12% CAGR, which is good for wealth creation on compounding. If you are a person who are interested to learn stock market and can spend a little time, then long-term portfolio creation is a good option as you can find bluest of blue chip for long-term wealth creation. You can make serious money out of this. Other options being swing and positional trade. This is for those who can spend good time with market along with your job for creating passive income. The next option is intraday and derivative trading. That is F&O, futures and options. These are high risk, high return instruments and are not at all recommended for beginners. We will learn more about this in our stock market sessions. Now let's see one of the most important rule of investment. That is the rule of 72. Let me explain the rule of 72 in layman's language. If you wish to know the time required to double your capital for a known return, then simply divide 72 with the known return. You will get the duration in terms of years. Let's see an example. Assume you have 1 lakh with you. You wish to put it in FD for a return of 8%. Then the time required to double your capital, that is from 1 lakh to 2 lakh, is 72 by 8, that is 9 years. It is as simple as that. Similarly, if you wish to double your amount in let's say 5 years, then you can find out at what rate of interest it should compound so that you can double your amount. That is 72 by 5, it's 12.4%. Then you can venture some investment option which can fetch you 12.4% return, that is mutual fund or equity. Let's see some example where we can apply the rule of 72. Let's assume we are getting a return of 12% in equity. How much duration it will take to double your capital? Answer is 6. How we got this? By simply dividing 72 by 12, that is 6 years. Similarly, if you are getting a return of 8%, time required for doubling your capital is 72 by 8, that is 9 years. The next one is for you. Please tell me how much duration it will take to double your capital if the net return is 6%. Please put the answer on the comment along with the instrument which will give you 6% net return. Think the duration of your capital to get doubled if you are keeping it in your banks. It's 18 years. So my sincere request is not to put your hard-earned money in savings account or FD other than emergency fund. Emergency fund can be put it in FD as it is one of the safest option. Rest of your money can be invested so that money can work for you. The next most important topic is SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. The Systematic Investment Plan is an investment route offered by mutual fund wherein one can invest a fixed amount in a mutual fund scheme at regular intervals, say once in a month or once in a quarter, instead of making a lump sum investment. Let's see some of the benefits of SIP. The process being so simple and it will create a discipline of investing. It will account for rupee cost averaging and it will take care of compounding. And no need to time the market. Before starting compounding, we will try to understand the concept of power of compounding. Let's assume one get a small job at the age of 24. For making the first big amount, say 1 crore rupee, is very difficult. Assume it will take 15 to 20 years to accumulate 1 crore rupee. Say after 15 years, at the age of 39 to 40 years, one will accumulate say 1 crore rupee. Then the second 1 crore he can accumulate in 3 to 5 years. Let's assume 5 years. Remember the rule of 72. So doubling in 5 years means 72 by 5, that is 12.5%. So you have to invest in such an instrument where you can get a return of 12.5%. It can be easily generated in some of the performing mutual funds. Similarly, the second crore or 2 crore can be doubled in next 5 years. The power of compounding can be easily understood by a real-time example. Assume you and your friend got selected for a contract job for a period of 3 years. The company offers 2 salary options. Option 1 is you will get a salary of 1 lakh per month for a period of 3 years. Whereas option 2, you will get a salary of 1 paisa per month which will get doubled each month. Which one you will choose? Pause for a second and think genuinely which option you will select. Obviously you will select option 1 where you will get a clear visibility of 36 lakh for a period of 3 years. Whereas your friend knows the power of compounding and he selects the option 2 where salary doubles each month starting from 1 paise. At the end of the contract, he earns an whopping 68.7 crore rupees. Surprised? This is the power of compounding. Here the money doubles each month, which is approximately 100% monthly return, which is quite impossible. This example is only to illustrate the power of compounding. Out of the total 68.7 crore which he earned, half of the money, that is 34 crores, he got it in last month. This shows the value of time in compounding. This is called TVM, time value of money. Initially, you will feel quite boring as the money is not increasing fast. As the time grows, money starts accumulating exponentially, where you start feeling the real power of compounding. As I told earlier, now we will see the secret of making 1 crore without much effort. This is quite easy and doable with the help of compounding. Assume you got a job at the age of 22. You have to simply invest 10,000 per month at the start of every month into any instrument which can fetch you a realistic return of 12% CAGR. This is quite possible by investing into some of the best performing mutual fund, wherein your mutual fund manager will take care of your investment. This is a good option as a beginner. Let's see how using the SIP calculator you can find out how much return you can accumulate over the years. You can calculate the investment using a SIP calculator, which you can find in the description. You have to input the monthly investment, which is 10,000 rupees, and expected return, which in this case is 12%, and calculate the total future value for 20 years. Then you will find the total future value of your investment is 1 crore rupees. That's why Einstein said compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. This is what termed as financial freedom. We will see the detailed video on financial freedom, where we see how much money is enough for someone to become financially free. Stay subscribed to get the notification. So please do like if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to get the notifications of upcoming videos on personal finance and stock market. Please post your valuable comments. Do follow the Friday Basics, which will start in a couple of weeks to make your stock market learning easy. Thanks for watching and have a good day.